We went through 2 years of fertility treatments. Nothing worked. We had 2 miscarriages and we weren't able to conceive. We were ecstatic when we finally got pregnant. Every time we went to the doctor, I kept asking her, so I'm still pregnant? And she goes, yeah, you're still pregnant. My husband would just roll his eyes because he knew I was pregnant by the way I was acting probably. Dominic was our miracle. He was our everything. And he was an amazing baby. It was great. Everything was fine and wonderful. And then just before his 11th month birthday, he just got acting a little weird and just wasn't really quite himself, and he was just off. I take him to the local pediatrician and he spends about 2 minutes looking at Dominic, leaves the room, comes back about 10 minutes later and says, well, I've called the Alberta Children's Hospital in Calgary. The ER is expecting you guys to be there. We're like, okay, like what is going on? We spent 8 hours in the ER, and then when they came in and told us, you just collapse. It's the worst possible day of your life. Dominic was diagnosed on September 12th, 2013. Diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia.
Cancer sucks. When we had Dominic, we never envisioned him ever needing to go to a children's hospital. The care that we got at the Alberta Children's Hospital was second to none. We couldn't have asked any more. Whether it was medically, whether it was psychologically, treating us with respect and including us in the decisions. Just the amount of joy on his face as he went through those hallways, and seeing him chase down the cleaning staff in the hallways and follow him on their floor waxers in his little walker.
He was never scared of the hospital.
There you go.
I was always tell him, oh, we're gonna go see, Ellen and Dr. Trong. He'd be all like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, this with this shake, 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 shake.
We were gonna do 4 rounds of chemotherapy.
There were so many months where he was stuck in isolation in those hospital rooms. We found out that there was a music therapist who would come in once a week, and that music was so good for him. Dom always loved music, and we always, had music playing for him in the house. And he had that time to forget where he was, and for us to forget where he was.
Wheels on a bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day.
Whenever we put on music, we'd have to have a dance party. The boy wanted to dance. So when it came time to do serious medical procedures, like his bone marrow transplant, I think is the best example. It's a scary moment for any parent. All we could think of was, we should really dance. He took both of the nurse's hands in our hands, and we all danced for a while.
Go, go, go.
Woohoo! Yeah, good boy.
We had 2 months at home. We went to Calgary regularly, weekly, for appointments still. But 5 out of the 7 days a week, we were at home, which was the first time we'd really been home since he was diagnosed.
Oh,
No, man down. He's nonverbal.
We used sign language to find out things that he wanted, and one of them was a thumbs up.
And so one of them became thumbs up because it was just, okay, are you doing okay?
I'd be like, Dom, are you okay? And he'd give me a thumbs up. I'd be like, okay, you're good.
That thumbs up really became his trademark. He wouldn't eat, and so it was a big deal then, the few times that he would actually go back to trying to start to eat some solid foods. He started eating, and all I could think of was, wow, this is the perfect time to play Eat It by Weird Al Yankovic. When my Aunt Mary Catherine came back from Disneyland with a marching band mace that really was a lightsaber in disguise, I couldn't help myself but put on the Darth Vader music and, have him dance around with it.
Monkey Daddy! We were at 100% donor. Everything was great. Everything was perfect, just the way it was supposed to be in June. And then in August, we found out that his system is stronger than the donor's was. Everything was for naught, and that our bone marrow transplant had failed. And That was very, very devastating. Like I said, that was the only known treatment for his type of cancer that he had. My husband and I sat there crying. We gave ourselves a couple minutes, and then we looked at our doctor and our nurse. We said, okay, now what? What's the next step? There has to be a next step.
Throw it. Yeah! Way to go, Dominic!
We tried just giving him boosts of the bone marrow from the donor and hoping that maybe it will fight. We spent a lot more time in the hospital because we were trying different treatments and such. December 24th, the doctors came and told us that Dominic was terminal. That there was nothing left.
They basically said, go home, enjoy what time you've got. We think you've only got a few weeks.
There's more wrapping paper.
I signed him up for swimming lessons. And I signed him up for gymnastics lessons. All the little things you don't think about that he couldn't do for 2 years. Smile at the camera. We finally got approved for a wish trip. We got to go to Orlando, Florida, go to Disney World, which is what every little kid would want to do. So it was all set up for us to go in to the oncology unit at the Arnold Palmer Hospital.
When we were in Orlando for those 3 days at the end, they brought in a music therapist, and it was a little bit of home. There was that same sort of music therapy program at a hospital thousands of miles away. It sort of helped bring everything together. And we got to Disney World for a grand total of 2 hours. And the last ride that he did was the Buzz Lightyear ride, which is essentially a video game ride, which with Extra Life is very appropriate. We thought that we'd go to Universal the next day, but instead of going to Universal, we woke up and he wasn't breathing right, and that was the beginning of the end. So suddenly we were calling an ambulance, and suddenly he was turning blue, and I was in the ambulance with him, and Trish had to go and get something from the car, and he was just going downhill real quick. I told him, you gotta wait for Mommy. The way I found out about Extra Life was through a friend of ours whose brother had participated in Extra Life, and as soon as I looked into it and saw what it was like, wow, this is perfect. I love video games. Here I am at the hospital. We want to give back to the hospital. Well, all of that just meshed perfectly together.
So the first year that they did it, they raised $4,300 and shaved his head. The next year, he raised $8,300.
This year, not only did we raise a heck of a lot more money, we decided that we would set some bigger goals at $20,000.
Sean's like, so what would it take for you to shave your head? And I'm like, ha ha ha.
Donate live, you can go to extra-life.org. Suddenly we had other friends jumping in and saying, if we help you get to $30,000, we'll all shave our heads. We'll shave the heads of our kids. And then I said, just as a joke, if you raise $45,000, I'll wax my back. Not a chance will they get that high.
This year we raised almost $46,000.
That was painful. Getting involved is the easiest thing possible. All you got to do is go to extra-life.org and sign up, pick a hospital, create a team, don't create a team, join a team, don't join a team. It doesn't matter. Tell people what you're doing, that you've pledged to play games to give back to a children's hospital. It was amazing how that community suddenly unfolds for you when you need it. And our community here wanting to help us help the hospital when we called for it. When we wrote Dominic's obit, we said in there, in lieu of flowers and gifts, please donate to the Alberta Children's Hospital through Extra Life. And boy, did they ever.
And those hospitals are able to use the funds to try and make the life of these children a little bit better. We have an amazing community here. Everyone rallied around. We ended up having Dominic's memorial service at the Esplanade in Medicine Hat. We had about 350 people there. We all started with our thumbs up. And then at the end, true to Dom, we had a dance party, which probably seems very odd to a lot of people. It was amazing to see 350 people crying, laughing, and dancing.
He inspired so many people, and I think it's important not to say that even in the past tense too much. He inspires so many people.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Final Family Podcast. I'm Matt Castle.
And I'm Jessica Castle.
And we're here this week talking to Sean and Trish Rooney. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Pretty good, you?
Welcome from Canada. Yeah. Or welcome, I guess welcome from Canada.
No, that...
Canada.
They are.
Anyway, Sean and Trish are from Canada.
We're from Canada!
Yay! So, okay, I have to fess up. Like, I jumped on the bandwagon of South Park, and I was like, we'll blame Canada for everything. But in this case, I guess we can blame Canada for really awesome people.
Yeah.
So...
Canada's innocent of everything.
Now I'm going to have that song in my head all day now. Thank you.
It's not even a real country anyway.
Yeah, we're just a pretend little place. So.
You Celine Dion.
Dude. Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks for that.
And
I might
Bieber,
add,
you
like,
keep Bieber
just
too.
really. In Alanis Morissette.
I think we took her back by accident.
Michael J. Fox? Okay, well, that's a thing. That's an
Michael J.
actual
Fox,
thing.
he's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
We would not have Teen Wolf without him.
I could live without Teen Wolf. I could live
Says the guy who looks most like Teen Wolf.
Yep.
I started using beard oil this week, so it's actually like got some like depth of color and stuff. It's not so frizzy over here.
Yeah, I learned that. That's
And Teen Wolf E.
I have never used
I almost look professional.
He doesn't really have a beard though.
I just have a goatee. It's just progressively grayer.
You just let it grow out, Sean. It'll be okay. It'll look like the rest. It'll look like your hair is running from your head to your face, and it's just on the way to your chest.
It already did that.
Actually, it ran to my back. Not that I can do about that.
So Sean and Trish they're wonderful people. I actually got to meet at Extra Life United this year. Would you guys like to tell us about yourselves? Because I'm not entirely sure how to describe your amazingness adequately.
We're unfortunately very used to telling our story and everything, but for those who don't know, more specifically in Canada, because I like to give Americans more than just we're Canada, because it's a very large place. The easiest thing to say is I like to say we're north of Montana to Americans who don't know their provinces. So we're in Alberta. We're in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. That's 3 hours east of Calgary, which Americans might remember hosted the 1988 Winter Olympics. So that would be the best geographical help for you.
I have in fact been to Calgary and
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
So we're just southeast of Calgary.
We both grew up in Calgary, and that's where the Alberta Children's Hospital is, which we'll get to in a second. Our story is about our son Dominic. There he is. I put his picture up while we were eating dinner. Or lunch.
We have those same PJs for our
Nice.
kids.
Superman PJs are fantastic. He, at the age of 11 months, he was diagnosed with leukemia, acute myeloid leukemia. And basically, he spent most of 2 years in hospital. Basically, we started doing Extra Life as a charity fundraiser pretty much right away. Like the Extra Life in, was it 2013? Yeah, that was my first one. Was about a month and a half after he was diagnosed. And so we sort of did that right away and got into it. And as things progressed, there's a long story, but it unfortunately ends in him passing away about 7 months ago. While we were on our wish trip to Florida, Orlando. And so when that all happened, we asked in the obit for him for people to actually donate through Extra Life to the Alberta Children's Hospital. And this past year, as a result, our team #Dominic Strong raised $46,000 US.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
And that's, as my understanding is that's why you guys are both with short and or no
Correct.
hair.
Well, mine's a bit less of a choice.
You shaved yours a couple of years ago.
I saw some pictures before the entirely bald. I mean, you were on your way. You just chose
If
not
you
to
looked
wait.
at me from the front, it looked like I had hair, but
Yeah.
when I did this, that was all gone, and I just didn't look at myself like that very often, or else I'd be a hunchback. So I finally, I think it was once I raised $1,500 the first year,
You shaved your head.
which is in retrospect like a ridiculously low total for how much we've raised for me to be shaving my head at that point. But
You were gonna do it anyhow.
I was going to do it anyhow. So, and pretty much for anything that we've done, we've got it recorded on our YouTube channel. So, like, you know, you can go back on our YouTube channel and see like me being shaved. Dom actually shaved my
And I'll go
goatee
find some.
the one year. And yeah, Trish obviously did her head shave this past year. And we both colored our hair. We've done a ridiculous amount of stuff.
Yeah, stretch. I have to say, I don't know. I think I kind of missed the blue a little.
I
bit.
totally missed
The blue was
I was.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone adult with blue hair, but you were pulling
I
it
did,
off.
eh? I love the blue. I really did. I kept saying the blue is going to come back. It's going to come back. But unfortunately, right now, I'm an accounting technician and it's tax season. So
Yeah.
I don't have the time to go in every week or
Keep
two
up that
and
blue.
dye my hair.
Sure,
to keep it
sure.
blue.
Hey, even if you only do it for the stream, it'd be worth it.
Yeah. No,
So, but I'm thinking maybe this summer or fall, right around maybe Extra Life again. We'll have to maybe go
Awesome.
blue or
Yeah.
purple or something.
So, have you guys participated in a 25-hour year before?
Yeah.
my first year was a 25-hour
Okay.
25-hour
Was that
year.
okay? That was my first year too. I couldn't remember if it was 2013
Yeah,
or not.
it was.
Holy crap! It was so bad.
Hours is scary.
Well,
Like people don't understand. Like you just get so it's demoralizing when 2:00 rolls around for the second time, and you're like, no, I can't handle it anymore.
still
Because you're not thinking about it. You're like in the time warp of whatever game you're playing, and you look down and it's still 2:00, and you're like, no, I just looked at you.
Yeah. You know, I think we've done it really well in the sense that we've gotten lucky to have a lot of friends do it with us. So like
Yeah.
even that first year, we spent 12 hours at
Your basement.
in our basement here, and then we spent the other 12 hours at a friend's place. And so we constantly were playing different games. So I mean, aside from the decision to play Scrabble for the last 2 hours,
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not the
That was
best choice
not
they
the-
ever made.
that was not the best decision.
There are mistakes. There are definitely mistakes you could have made. That was
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
I made a similar mistake my first year. I decided at like 3 a.m. I was going to learn how to play XCOM because I had just gotten it for free off of PlayStation Plus or
Yeah.
whatever. And XCOM is like way turn-based. It's very slow. Add on top of that, then it was still all the tutorial and the story. And like it's like watching 10 cutscenes for like an hour, and I was like passing out on my couch, like just gone to the world. Like I had two friends sitting on my love seat with like their giant desktop computers set up on TV trays. And they're like watching me on the couch as I'm like slowly leaning back and jumping forward.
Maybe.
Like last year at some point, even Destiny wasn't keeping me awake. I played Destiny literally standing in my underwear in front of the TV, like standing.
That was year before last.
Was it year before? Oh, that's right. Year before
last.
Last year we were at Rackspace
Yeah.
all night.
Last year we were in public all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
The whole
Public that
time.
year, right?
There was no underwear
Can I
moments
find
last
that
year.
somewhere?
Though that might have helped.
That might have helped.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, in 2013 and 2014, Rackspace actually hosted Jeremy and like the primary.
Oh, right. I remember watching
broadcast.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's where I was. And instead of Jeremy last year, it was me and another guy, Dale, who basically replaced and were on the rack space
Sure.
instead. But we still had the same huge event and like had 200 people doing a LAN party and had a bunch of tabletop. Tabletop kind of fell through last year, but we're hoping it'll be better this year.
Yeah, no, ours this past year was incredible. We got a giant 1,500 square foot ballroom at our local hotel, and we had a big projector screen with our Nintendo Wii on there, playing Guitar Hero, playing Mario Kart and stuff. And we had local rent-owned company donated for the night, probably eight or nine like 55-inch and above size TVs.
Oh, holy crap! That's
They
awesome.
set up all the gaming units on there. We had the old school Nintendo and
Yeah, we had an
all
original
the
Nintendo,
everything.
Duck Hunt and stuff.
Yeah.
One of our guys down here plays only emulators during Extra Life, so he only plays classic stuff. Victor's Funny. He just bought his first PS4, and we went and found him, and we were like, you have to get the Division. It's amazing. And so we went and bought it for him because he was like, I have to pick between Division and Destiny, and I know you both play Destiny.
Right.
I know more people that play Destiny. So we just went and got him the Division. We were like, you have to play this. It's amazing as hell.
Yes. I haven't played either, but it does sound like more people are sort of enjoying the Division early on. But maybe that's the honeymoon stage. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe I definitely have a preference to third-person shooters over first-person shooters. That's just me.
I'm
though.
terrible at
Like I love
all of it,
cover-based
so it
stuff.
doesn't-
Oh yeah, no, I'm by no means
Yeah.
good at any of them. No. Jessica enjoys watching me play these games strictly because I die repeatedly in exactly the same
That could be
way.
entertaining too. Yeah. No, I've really enjoyed The Last of Us. I played the crap out of that.
Yeah, it's very similar to The Last of Us, like post-apocalyptic. Like I've been playing my game kind of with a light RP thing. I'm playing my character as post-apocalyptic Harry
Nice.
Potter.
Right. I remember. Yeah.
I was just going through the character creation and I found some like spectacle sunglasses or whatever, and so I was like, no, done. I went back and completely remade the character around the damn spectacle sunglasses. Even found like a scar pattern that had like one up on his eyebrow or whatever. And now he's post-apocalyptic Harry Potter. And the main alternate like NPC in all the cutscenes is an Asian woman who I refer to as Cho
Right.
Chang.
Sure. Yeah. Well played. Well played. Oh.
Yeah. So how did you guys actually hear about Extra Life? Because like you live in a suburb of a major city, right? Like I mean that's what Medicine Hat is.
3 hours away is not suburb.
Well, I mean, like, it's whatever. Okay, you live in a small town, even worse.
We're
There's 65,000 people in Medicine Hat.
I understand small. We lived in Mississippi forever, which you may or may not even heard of just because of the stupid name of it.
Oh, don't worry, we know the states.
But yeah, we've lived in small towns quite a lot. But like, I can't imagine hearing of Extra Life in Hattiesburg, which is where we lived forever.
Yeah, the way we heard about it was a friend of mine who we play on a slow pitch team with, and we've become really good friends with. Her brother actually had done Extra Life the previous year, and he's like uber stereotypical. Like he did it with like one of his friends maybe, and just like that was his thing. Like it was great, and I don't even know how much money he raised, but certainly, he let her know that this was a thing that he was going to be doing, and she heard about it, and she's like, I think Sean would be interested in that. And it was like a couple of weeks after Dominic had been diagnosed, so, and I was still, because I work at the newspaper here, I'm the sports editor at the local newspaper here, and I was working 4 days a week, working 10-hour days, and because in sports you work like 3 to 11 p.m., so I would finish my last shift on a Thursday at 11 p.m. and then drive the 3 hours into Calgary to be in the hospital with them for 2 days and then drive back. So, to be able to do something for the hospital, and put my efforts focused towards something more than just work when I was in Medicine Hat, was really good. And that's why it turned into, like, we raised like $4,300 the first year, for instance. And yeah,
Awesome.
it just sort of, that's how we got into it, and it just sort of obviously it's ballooned from there. But
Yeah. You guys are like crazy good at fundraising. Like what are you doing? Like you have raised in 1 year more than I've raised in all like 4 years that I've participated at this point. Like
People like them better.
people like them better. I'm an
like them
asshole.
better.
Unfortunately, because we have a good story and because so many people fell in love
Yeah. I mean
with Dominic and our story, like Sean wrote a blog for Dominic's entire treatment and course of his life and still writes in the blog.
yeah,
So we have quite a few followers on our blog that have followed along our entire story with Dominic. So they've given to what we've asked them to because they
Right.
want to support us.
yeah.
And this is one way that we're
Right.
able to say, hey,
it's awesome.
this is a good way to support us. Support us by giving back to what we want to give back and stuff. So, yeah. So we've been very lucky with all the support that we've received for that kind of thing. So,
So I was just admiring your lovely
thank
earrings.
you.
They're wonderful. You said they were donated or not donated, obviously gifted. I guess I don't know. Yeah. So what did you guys think of Extra Life United? Like, I just want to just real quick, like overall, what did you guys think?
It was awesome.
You-
It was
Yeah.
it was really, really good.
to go back to Orlando, where he had passed away 6 months previous, was admittedly very scary, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't know
Right.
what it was going to be like. I think, we expected to be just a bucket of tears the entire time. You don't know how you're going to react. I mean, never in a
Right.
million years would I have suggested, hey, for our first little vacation after Don passed away, let's go back to where he passed away. Like that
Yeah,
sounds
no.
stupid. Like, nobody should do that.
I could not think of a better word to say that for that.
Yeah, but in retrospect, like, and I can't. And even during the event, I was telling people this, and I still say it now because I still believe this to be true. About 95% of the time that we were there, it was like super duper happy and like the most amazing experience. And that was basically a testament to all the people that were there. Like you were there, and like so many people that we met that just wanted to support us, and there was so much love, and it just, I think without Extra Life United, yeah, it would have been a terrible idea to go.
Yeah.
But with Extra Life United and with
It was actually a lot of healing.
it was very healing. It was very good. Like we had a great time.
Yeah.
It was a good vacation.
It was.
I mean by Friday, which is I spent most of Friday with you guys. I felt very fortunate to spend most of Friday with you guys after the final Momentum conference. I mean, like you guys were. I kind of was most of the day. I was just kind of sitting and wondering at how entirely emotionally normal you were that day. Like, does that make sense?
I was up till 4 a.m. the night before drinking, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, like that's even better though, because like you were still completely like normal playing, like going and playing games and hanging out at Disney World and stuff with us. I mean, we had a fun day. I had a really
We
fun
had a
day.
very fun day.
You didn't have a fun day at all. You had a shitty day with my children. My father-in-law's house. Maybe he went to the beach that day. I don't know.
I don't
Friday was
remember.
better for me than it was for you. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars and Trish and
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
no.
Star Wars stuff was fantastic.
We definitely had our moments while we were there.
Oh, for sure.
But a lot of the time you're able to sort of put that aside and sort of be more in the moment
Yeah.
and see how many people are
Yeah.
there and caring and supportive and are just, trying to have a good time and just,
Right.
And I would say probably that Dom sort of taught us that too, like in the sense that, on all the time that we were in hospital, the point was not to think too much about all the bad stuff that was going on in hospital. The point was because he was always happy. So
Yeah.
when you were in his room, he was happy that you were in the room with him. And so therefore you were happy no matter what was going on. And so I think we've sort of absorbed some of that.
Mhm.
And that I think we probably do have a different outlook on things because of the experiences that we've had in the hospital. And that's just what you do. If there's something fun happening, you just have fun with it. I mean, yeah, that you can have like those late night moments where you just like lay down and cry and have a ton of tissues beside you. But, for the most part, life is good. So. you enjoy that for what it's worth.
Indeed. I got nothing. You switched over to me. I got nothing. Do you have any words for this moment in which you chose to switch to the camera?
It sounded like you were gonna say something.
I don't know.
So
I can't.
I preemptively.
Like, I don't know.
I did it.
I think the thing that blew me away most at Extra Life, and we talked about this in the last podcast with some of the other folks that joined us, and like just the overwhelming positivity and like instantaneous friendships that came like that just kind of like happened just almost entirely spontaneously. You walked into a room and you felt entirely accepted, and that's not something you can usually say as like a gaming nerd, like.
Well, and that was one of my biggest concerns besides going back to Orlando and dealing with all that stuff. But I'm like, I'm not a gamer, and I'm going to go in and there's going to be all these lonely, geeky gamers all sitting by themselves doing their little playing games. And, and I'm just going to be sitting off in a corner by myself, bored all day. Like, that's why originally I just went as a participant or as a observer or whatever it was. And I'm like, that way I can go swimming and I can go do this. I can sleep in if I want. Like, I didn't even know how much time at Extra Life I was going to be spending. And then they're like, oh, we're down a tabletop player. You want to play? And I was like, oh, and you can even ask Sean, like, I hummed and hawed, and I was like, oh, do I really want to do this?
She wasn't in the room when it was when Jeremy came over and asked, and I texted her like, come on, you wanna.
So finally I'm just like, okay, fine, yeah, sure, whatever, we'll do this.
I'm like, yes, we got her.
And oh my goodness, am I ever glad I did, because it was so much fun. And I had so many people that came up and just wanted to be like, can I just hug you? I just want to hug you.
A lot of hugs.
And just instantaneous friends. Like, we're sitting there playing games, and I feel like I know these people, and I'm, joking around with them, and I'm, giving my eyebrows. And
right. Yeah.
Like, it was just easy. It was casual. It was just nice. It was, blew my mind that it would actually have been like that, because I, like I said, totally did not know what to expect.
Well, and I had sort of seen how it was last year for like the people the previous year who had gone, and I kind of maybe not expected it to that degree, but obviously it's different when they show a big video about your family to kick off the thing.
Yeah.
Obviously that changes things for us, but I kind of like, I knew that like all the people from Extra Life United from the previous year had sort of kept in touch. And like even before that, Extra Life United, they had been in touch and like created Facebook groups and were friending each other before they got there.
Yeah.
So
like
you sort of knew that there was going to be that aspect of it. Like I'd been very active in the forums for Extra Life and still am. And so like there's so many people that is like, I'm looking so forward to meeting you because we've only ever chatted before online, right?
Right. It's like I sent up a Discord channel for all of us. I posted it up in the gaming channel, but like I don't think anybody's logged on. It's just one of those things. It's still a new service. It's free. Nobody necessarily wants to voice chat, that kind of stuff. But yeah, like it's just like the continued like it's one of those things. Like I don't. And I say this. I tell people I'm an old man. I don't really want to make new friends anymore. Like. I don't
Get
use
off my lawn.
I don't use the F word, as I say, friend, very frequently. But like it really was. It was like just this like instant friendships. I keep up with these people. I am actually interested in knowing what they do on a daily basis. I am very interested in why, like, have you talked to Graham at all? He's up in I think he's in Europe.
He's in Winnipeg, which is like about. That's like an 8-hour drive.
But yeah.
Okay, well, El Paso is an 8-hour. He's on the western part of Canada.
He's in the middle of Canada.
Yeah.
It's in the middle. I thought it was further west.
He's in the part of
than
Canada
Calgary.
nobody likes to talk about.
I can understand that.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my GI. I know Toronto is over there, and Vancouver is over there.
Is over here.
Yeah.
Calgary's over there.
So like
yeah. And Calgary is closer to Vancouver than it is to Toronto. That's all I know.
He's North Dakota.
That doesn't really help either. Nobody here knows where North Dakota is.
That's my
point. Yeah. We don't know our own geography.
Let alone yours. I mean, come now.
Anyhow.
Yeah, no, he's about a 10-hour drive from us.
But anyway, like he's... Yeah. he's been raising money and actively helping one of the a young girl in his area. I can't remember her name for the life of me.
Yeah, he's been collecting video games.
Yeah, and so like he's actually been taking he took her over a 3DS and like they had a good time playing Pokemon or something like that the day he took it to her.
Yeah, that's very cool.
But yeah, like there's a weekly Wednesday night Blizzard PC gaming thing that goes on with some folks from Atlanta and Kentucky. Yeah. I mean, it's just
goes on.
Like I never would have thought I would actually gain that many friends entirely by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, my Facebook and Twitter feeds are just like they've completely changed in the past month.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot more fun nerd stuff and there's a lot more positivity and a lot less politics, which in this country right now is a very good thing.
We're getting more politics because we didn't really have a lot of American friends on our Facebook before. So now we're actually getting your politics stuff. We're like, oh.
Yeah. So is everyone asking you if we can move to Canada?
Yeah, do you know anybody that runs SAP? Because when Donald Trump gets elected...
The answer is always, it's a lot harder than you think to move.
It is.
I'm sure.
I have a friend who moved, and her immigration was not an easy
No, it takes
thing.
years generally.
It was, yeah.
You really have to be committed.
But you can cut off.
Yeah,
I think,
you do.
I don't know. I think in the face of Donald Trump, I could be that committed.
Maybe.
That guy's
Also,
crazy.
global warming.
See, and the only thing we know about Canadian politics is everything on my Facebook feed is how good looking the prime minister is. So like that's all I know is like he's a hottie.
That's it. We just elected a really hot guy.
Yeah, his wife's pretty hot too, but
They're a very hot.
yeah, they're a hot first couple. But he's essentially like the one that we had before was kind
We lost you,
of
Sean.
more conservative.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Oh, are we still there? Can you still hear me?
Did you do it?
I might have.
I can still hear you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking
No,
about,
I hear what happened here.
politics.
Sorry,
So,
no. The power supply came unplugged on the
Oh
speakers.
dear. Okay. Yeah. No, so we just moved from a very conservative, I guess, Republican style government to one that's way more left, way more. I'll use the word that Americans seem to hate: socialist. There's basically three main parties in Canada. You got your liberals who are more in the center. That's who the current government is formed by. You've got your conservatives that are far right, and you've got your New Democrats, which are a lot more left, socialist, that kind of stuff. But I mean, overall, Canada is so much more socialist than the U.S. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
It's always funny when you'll hear conservatives in this country be like, "Well, if that Democrat person gets elected, we're gonna move to Canada," and it's like
you realize what you
if that dirty socialist gets elected, and I'm like, "Come on, dude!
Yeah.
Like,
we're
pay
a
attention."
socialist country, so
I think your education system needs the most beefing up.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It definitely.
We've chosen to homeschool. Not to say that all public schools are bad,
I'm sure.
but we really stress out about it.
There's lots of reasons to love the U.S. more than Canada too. So let's not, play favorite.
No. We have better beer than you guys.
We're just not aware of as many of them as you are.
Definitely better than
But
ours.
I mean, we take all of our vacations to the U.S. It seems. For Christmas, there was no way we were going to be staying here for Christmas. It would have been too depressing. So we went to Vegas, and we were like the only people on the Vegas Strip on Christmas Day not wearing coats.
You're like, it's summer weather.
This feels so
It
nice.
was gorgeous. We were wondering why the pools weren't open. We literally asked them.
I actually asked, and they're like, "It's like 72 degrees outside, ma'am." And I'm like, "Yeah, so why are your pools open? I don't
It's
understand."
perfect.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what you
That's
set your air
perfect.
conditioner to. It's literally perfect weather.
Yeah, and their pools are heated. Most of them are, which I don't understand. I don't know why they have to heat their pools, but it's a waste of money.
Because reasons, Sean. Because reasons.
Wouldn't you have to cool your phone down there?
Because how else would we waste electricity on something
Yeah,
completely
that's true.
mundane?
That's
It's
true.
Vegas. They waste a lot of electricity.
So anyhow,
But yeah, next vacation you guys go to, San Antonio is the best vacation spot in Texas.
Yeah.
is
So
my
I hear.
understanding.
I've never been to Texas.
We are actually like number 3 on like national lists. There's a lot to
There
do.
you go.
Plus, I desperately need a partner to go to Schlitterbahn with me. It's a water park. Like it's apparently the biggest water park in the
No,
country.
the German got to him.
Oh,
I saw them
I'm
panic
sorry.
in their face. They were like,
No,
what?
Schlitterbahn is a water park.
I thought this was
Yeah.
like Colorado. We were anyhow.
No. So San Antonio, Texas actually has a huge, like, diverse meshing of both German and, I guess, Hispanic, Latino, largely Mexican.
Gotcha.
But
Because
like,
we were part of
yeah.
Mexico.
but we were obviously we were part of Mexico. But I mean, like, there's a lot of like Puerto Rican places in
Yeah.
town and stuff like that.
It is one of the few places that I would be willing to bet in the world that you can meet someone called Olga Juarez. Or,
Yeah.
We've met people with German
Yeah.
first names, Hispanic last names.
No, like I know a guy who is Juan. His first name is Juan. He's Asian though, and his last name is Lee. Juan Lee.
Wow.
It's
It's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot. We have quite a diverse culture here.
Wow.
Plus, we have breakfast tacos, which are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Plus, yeah, you guys could totally crash here, making it way cheaper. We live like a mile and a half from SeaWorld. I don't know if you're opposed to SeaWorld or if you saw Blackfish or care.
We did not go to SeaWorld in Orlando. That was one of the places we never actually went.
Yeah.
We went to Universal. We went to like all the Disney parks pretty much. We obviously did Cape Canaveral and saw the SpaceX launch from 10 kilometers away.
Oh yeah, did you guys finally get to that? I remember. Actually, no, I remember seeing your selfie with the shuttle taking off.
So
Was
like,
that good? I really missed it. I hate that I missed
some people
that.
might remember. So SpaceX was trying to launch for 2 weeks while we were there. Like they were trying to launch like every few days. And there's actually some people from Extra Life, most notably Jack Patillo and Katie Ward, who went out and tried to catch the launch attempt on the Wednesday night. It was the Wednesday night.
It was. I think we tried to catch it on both because we were talking about it on Wednesday and we were going to go again on try again. They were going to try again on Thursday, I think, and we were trying to organize everybody.
Yeah,
to
well,
go.
they actually missed some of the Extra Life events.
As a result of trying to go, and
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't,
playing
or maybe it was Thursday. Anyhow, they missed one of the nights. Anyhow, and
I think it's been Thursday.
and so we just kept waiting, and all of a sudden there was going to be a launch on the last evening that we were going to be in Orlando.
We
yeah.
didn't really have anything else planned.
And I had a rental because we only had a rental car for 3 days because when you're in the Disney area, you don't need a rental car. You just use their shuttles, or we used Uber and Lyft a ton because we'd never used them before. We took about 9 Lyft Uber rides and paid about $15 combined, like through all of those rides due to discounts we had.
Yeah, well, you guys, I remember you guys telling me about like a little like deal you got where you could use like 10 for free or something
Yeah, it
like
was
that.
$5 off 10 rides. But when you're going around the Disney resorts, your rides are like $4.
Yeah.
So we're like, dude, that's a free ride. Let's go.
Yeah. So anyhow, so on the last night we decided to drive up and go to the spot that everybody had sort of suggested to view. And sure enough, it was like Dom was like helping make the launch happen. It was just incredible.
Yeah.
It was windy out, and so we weren't sure if that was going to affect things, but yeah, it went off and it was perfect, and it was just a great way to be like, okay, well, that's the capper. That's a good way to finish this vacation, you know. Like, and even then it wasn't over because then on our travel day we ended up meeting up with one of the Wish kids.
Yeah, well, no.
Champion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, BC. We met up with BC's champion kids.
And that's actually a story you can tell.
His
too.
name was Aiden, right?
Aiden, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I met him too.
Very cool kid.
Not on my travel day, obviously, but like I met him. I have their pin was amazing. It was like a little teddy bear thing in a circle. It was really cool.
That's one
pin.
thing we have.
I hang it on my work lane.
We've got a box of all the pins. I don't even think we've looked at it since we got back here. She's been going back to work and things have just been crazy, so we haven't even looked at that stuff. But the one thing we should tell is the story about Aiden and sort of that night and meeting all the champion kids. obviously it was very special to everybody, but we had a very special experience with meeting Aiden, of course, and because Dominic had actually been to Vancouver at the BC
Right.
Children's Hospital, which Aiden is the champion child for. Because when he was diagnosed as terminal, December 24th, 2015, or 2014, ugh, time just flies. We couldn't go anywhere really on a proper wish trip because of his diagnosis. Insurance
Right.
won't cover you for something like that to go to like Orlando or something. So we ended up going to Vancouver instead and had to get we had to be in the hospital every few days for blood transfusions, platelet transfusions. And so we had a connection there. So we told like Dominic's story to Aiden and his family, and his mom, in talking to Trish, here's the story. And the first thing she does, and Trish, maybe you can take it off and show it to the camera, gives her this necklace right off of her and gives it to Trish. Up.
Oh, I see. The little ribbon.
It's a little,
cool.
it's a little gold ribbon, yeah. Put it right up to the camera. Not too close because it'll only focus so far, but so it's got the word hope on it.
There it goes. Oh, that's really
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So that was a really touching moment. And then just as fate would have it, they ended up being on our plane going, because we had to stop over in Toronto before going to Calgary on the flight home. They were on our same flight going to Toronto.
That's awesome.
And so we actually
And
hung
they had
out
the
with
same
them.
layover.
They had the same time and layover too. So we hung out with
We
them and
sat
had lunch
them-
with them in
yeah,
Toronto.
Went through customs and everything with them and through security and
Yeah.
sat and had some lunch and
Yeah. Aiden's actually, as we're taping this, Aiden is, I think, on his way back from his Wish trip,
yeah.
which they
Oh, yeah?
took to New Zealand to see all the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Oh,
Awesome.
wow.
Yeah. So this is just it's amazing. Just all these connections. This is just another one, right? Like that you get for going to an event like that, and just we're on their Facebook now, and so they're posting photos
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Like it's funny when I got home. Like I had a friend request on Facebook from Tori's mom. I was like, what? Like I was like so surprised. I went and I like verified other friends on her friend list before I accepted her friend request, and I was like, I'm being trolled. I know what's happening here.
Yeah. We became friends with them as well. But
Just amazing people.
yeah, no, they are an amazing family, and
there's so many amazing families out there, right? So
yeah.
For example, just another thing I just noticed on my Twitter just yesterday, Saskatchewan, the province next to us, where our friend Nolan is from Extra Life United.
We're only about an hour and a half from the border of that province.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Okay. Next time I'm gonna have a map. I'm just gonna have a map up on another screen and be like, "Yep,
I know
looks like you
exactly
guys are
where that
45 minutes from there."
You know what? You know what, friend? We have the technology. Hold on. We have the technology.
Bring up the map of Canada.
Be
Don't
careful.
worry,
Be
don't
careful.
worry.
You might show the internet where you live.
There we go. Yeah, that'll work.
You might want to make it a bit bigger. You don't care about the top area.
Nobody cares about the top of Canada.
No one cares about the top of Canada.
That's rude.
Aw.
All right.
Is that the part nobody likes?
No, that's in the middle of Canada.
It's the part that's too cold for even us.
Okay.
Which is pretty impressive. What are you doing?
All figured out. There we go.
Yeah, it was one of my first experiences with water freezing in my facial hair.
There you go.
too. Was somewhat unpleasant. See, your provinces are so much more logical than our states are
Yeah.
too. Do you see how many straight lines you have?
Yeah, you can see my mouse pointer, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to zoom in. So the star there's Medicine Hat. Okay, so there's where we are, right in here.
Uh-huh.
So there, way up this way is
That's
Calgary.
Calgary.
This is where we grew up, by the way. We both grew up in Calgary.
That's where our hospital is.
Okay.
Too.
That's where our hospital is. And zoom all the way out. There's Florida down there. There's you guys somewhere in here.
Holy crap! That's how far. Okay.
And there's Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And there's where Graham is in Manitoba. There's Winnipeg right there.
That's where he is.
Okay.
See, okay, no. I want to show you something. So scroll down to Texas,
Yeah.
okay? Move down to Texas. Now see, zoom out. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
You're perfect. See where San Antonio is, and then El Paso over to your. I'm trying to think
over on the
of
far
right?
border
Yeah.
of New Mexico.
Yeah. That's an 8-hour drive in the same state.
Right. Yeah, well, Texas
Yeah.
is like rather large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also have some states you can drive through in like an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can have some states you can drive through in 25 minutes, like Rhode
Yeah,
Island,
I was going to say.
which is barely a state anyway.
Yeah, there's like 10 states in that map right now.
See, I actually grew up in Philadelphia and lived in southern Mississippi for a good long time. But we're Texas forever now, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
All right, back to us.
Nice.
We have the technology. We can do it.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think we're in Medicine Hat forever.
Yeah, it's
This
a nice.
This is
I
our home.
I have a 2-minute commute. She has a 5-minute commute. You know, it's
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
I think we're forever in San Antonio, but not forever in this house. Like, well, clearly because we're renters anyway. But
Hey, you never know.
yeah, I don't know. Like maybe the renter will sell, the landlord will sell it to us after a while. We'll have to replace all the
Yeah.
floors.
Yeah. So
So what do you guys have planned this year? So
Yes.
let me give you a small recap of what I did last year. That was immensely
Very
stupid.
bad decision.
So have you ever watched Hot Pepper Gaming?
No.
Okay, so Hot Pepper Gaming is basically a review YouTube channel, right? They do reviews. They have people like Malik Forte, who is at Extra Life United
Yeah.
with us, do game reviews after eating hot
Oh,
peppers, like habaneros and jalapenos, and basically they have to get through the whole review before they get any kind of like relief from milk or bread,
I
right?
think I remember you telling me about
I think I've seen this. Yeah.
So I did
Yeah.
that 4 times on game day last year.
What kind of hot peppers are we talking here? Give me some.
I had habaneros,
Okay.
but I'm that guy.
Okay.
Like
Those are
I'm like
good.
the whitest of white guys.
Yeah.
Okay, like I don't even like jalapenos. I don't eat spicy food in any way. I went to India for like a week, and I haven't eaten Indian food since then,
Right.
which was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't do the spicy food.
Yeah, I
At all.
do.
spicy.
I have about 5 hot
And
sauces
so-
in my fridge at one time.
Oh no. Like the worst I get is like Tabasco, and I only like that because it's a little vinegary. You know, like.
Oh no,
This is not a thing for me. Like I don't do this. But yeah, like so I chose to do that stupidly last year. This year I think I'm gonna go a little more soft. I think I'm gonna let my 4-year-old pie me in the face after a certain
Good call, good
milestone.
call.
I haven't thought of anything else yet. My wife has suggested something along the lines of like ice cold water balloons down my pants or
Sure.
something.
No, not down your
Down
pants.
your back.
Just
Okay, well, down my
hit you with
pants
them.
makes it a little funnier. Well, if you're gonna throw stuff at me, I suppose that's more
Yeah,
fun for you
yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Shave
So
your
yeah,
beard.
what are you guys gonna do? I mean, you can't really like. Can you one up a shaved head?
Well, because remember, again, from the video that everybody saw, I did the waxing my back, so I
Yeah.
did that.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Which honestly, like obviously in the video, it makes it sound like it was horrendously painful. It's painful for about a second and a half, and then it goes away, and it's fine. It really wasn't that bad. I was kind of hamming it up, admittedly, at points. But
I think that's okay.
yeah, like I could probably do the shaving the goatee again.
No, I mean him.
You could probably shave that whole thing off.
No.
I'm sure you could.
No. I haven't seen my chin in like 20
Well,
years.
What better
Straight up.
time than now?
Like,
She had never seen me without this. Well, she had seen me with it once. I went as Peter Griffin for Halloween one year.
oh gosh.
I was
Way too look alike.
yeah. Without this, I'm actually pretty much a dead ringer.
Yeah. I don't know. Jessica has told me that she'll shave her head if I shave my face.
There
so
you go.
That is
I'm
pretty
not-
good.
As appealing as Trisha's hair looks, I do not know that it would suit my wife so well.
You know,
You never know. You never know. Seriously, I had hair that was like halfway down my back, like yours. That's what my hair looked like
Yeah.
beforehand. And then we agreed at $10,000 I would cut a foot of hair off.
Yeah.
So we reached $10,000 and I cut the hair foot off at a mini golf tournament that we did, fundraising for Extra Life.
Yeah.
So I cut that foot off and donated that hair. And then I had the cute little bob, which I'd had before, and then we colored it.
Then we did a hair coloring challenge where on
So-
one weekend, anybody who donated anything, they could name the color that they wanted that money to go towards. So it's like if you donated $80 and you said blue, then that's $80 towards blue. So at the end of the weekend, you combine it, and whoever had the most, whatever color had the most money, that's what her hair went.
And then whoever got second place,
Okay.
that's the color Sean dyed his goatee. So I got teal, or turquoise. So I had turquoise with a pink stripe, which was my first kind of like funky kind of thing that I've actually done.
And then I got red, which made it look like I basically ate a bunch of dead rats.
You could have said bunnies. It's
It looks
Easter.
better.
But
It's better than
Yeah.
that.
yeah, it was like
Right. Anyhow.
it was horrendous. It was very professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we did it.
I don't know that my workplace would agree with me doing a dyeing hair thing.
Sometimes you never know till you ask.
I think,
My
think
work let me go with
that
blue
we'll-
hair, and I'm an accountant, so.
yeah. I'm a programmer for the federal government.
I've seen TV shows. Federal government's all around.
They can be hip and cool.
Actually, I'm a consultant for the federal government, so I'm not actually employed by the government, who I think would be more understanding.
But yeah, so $20,000, we agreed to shave my head, and truthfully, I never thought we'd make $20,000 ever. Like,
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
such an unrealistic goal. I was like, oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And our friends are like, you know what? At
46
$30,000, we'll shave our whole family's head. And I'm like, dude, we're never gonna get to $30,000.
They wanted to
that
save
is
$40,000 originally.
Yeah.
I was like, how about 30? So it's
Like,
a bit more realistic.
You know, it's not gonna happen, but that's okay. At least it's a more realistic goal. Well,
Yeah.
we flew past 20, and Sean's like, well, gotta shave your head. And I'm like, oh God, I didn't think I would actually have to do that.
Yeah.
You just never think about it,
No.
But seriously, once that hair was gone, I was loving it.
You didn't have to do
Like,
your hair in the morning.
I woke
just
up, I went
boom.
like this, and I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. Let's go. I keep threatening to do it
Even
again.
I think my hair is longer than yours
Yeah.
at the moment. Like,
Yeah, no.
So-
I think most people are very scared about shaving their heads, but a lot of times when you do it, it looks better than you imagine it to be. And worst case scenario,
Yeah.
it grows back anyhow for you. Well, if you're lucky.
I was just like, for some people,
Yeah,
perhaps.
some of you,
yes.
most of you.
You maybe not.
But yeah, I never would have pictured myself with a mohawk a year ago. So, but here I am.
And it
I
looks
don't know. You're definitely working a mohawk. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
got,
so.
fun.
you got the red tint to it. It's very cute.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
I still miss the blue.
that's okay. There's many other colors we can try. Well, she had to re-dye when she got back because we spent 2 weeks in Orlando. So we spent the 1 week with Extra Life United, and then we took another week because why the heck not? We're already there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And her mom actually has a timeshare, so we were actually able to go to a different Disney resort and pay like $230 Canadian to stay the second week, which was insane.
Heck yeah.
But that was the second week was when we got into the pools and stuff, and all of a sudden her hair was just leaking blue.
It was very greeny yellow.
Because when she did it, they had to dye it blonde first and then dye it blue. So it ended up by the end of the 2 weeks, she looked like a mermaid because it was going from like slightly blue in front down through green and then a little bit of blonde at the end. It was great. You were like my little Ariel.
Ariel had red hair.
I know she did, but that's not the point.
It was like Ariel was your
Yeah.
head entirely.
There you go.
Like,
There
that's,
you
Had a mermaid on your head.
Well, the thing is, though, you say it like it's a bad thing, but it sounds like it would actually be pretty.
No,
pretty
I
like
thought
that.
it was
But,
cute.
yeah.
It was just something that would have continually kept fading, and the more
Well,
it
yeah,
faded,
no, I had to get
it
it
would have been.
redyed.
It slowly would have become way less
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I had to get it redyed, and when I was talking to my hairdresser, she's like, "Well, you're gonna have to come in every week or two to keep it blue," and I was just like, "I just don't have the energy in tax season. No,
Yeah.
let's
yeah.
not do that." So
I don't know. You could dye it blonde again and do the Guy Fieri look.
that was quite the yellow
I
yellow
took-
blonde thing.
She took a selfie and sent it to me, and she even made like the Guy Fieri face, which I don't even know what that is, but she did it, and it was all spiked and blonde, and she looked like Guy Fieri. It was friggin' hilarious.
Halloween next year.
Oh yeah, you can totally do Guy Fieri for Halloween. Oh my god.
That would be
Now we
good.
need pictures. Now we need pictures for sure. I'm so lame at Halloween. Like I never dress up as anything.
Yeah.
I have like a weird makeup thing. I don't like the feeling of makeup on my face for whatever reason.
So I'm the one that like does the face makeup, and then he's like,
Don't show up.
Can I not show you?
The last time we
Yeah.
really did it, like I was a zombie and he was Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. So we just wore,
Which means I had
Yeah.
makeup on the pocket of a white
Right.
shirt.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
like
it.
a little bit of red on it. Yeah,
I don't even think it was makeup. I think it ended up being like ketchup or something that
I
we
can't
used to make
remember.
it.
I can't remember.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh man.
So as far as games, what new games you got? Because we were originally going to do this and play some tabletop games live, but it didn't quite work
Right.
out. Just
So we were gonna play Secret Hitler, and I would still like to get with you guys and like do a stream one night when you have a free night or something like that. We can do like a joint stream or something like that, and all four of us play Secret Hitler. And we'll find a fifth. Something tells me it will not be difficult after this actually goes up on YouTube for us to find a fifth person to play Secret
Well, I
Hitler.
don't understand how we'd be able to play as individual people when you've got hidden cards. And we're two people.
Well, you'd have to have two computers. Do you guys have multiple
not.
computers? No.
we could be one player. Right.
Yes.
I'm sure you could still get five players together.
That's true. So you guys could just be together.
Yeah,
Hitler.
we could be a team together.
You'd be Hitler
We
and
could be
Ava.
Mecha Hitler.
It's springtime for Hitler in Canada.
Canadian Mecha Hitler.
Did you guys ever see The Producers? I love that movie. It's amazing.
well.
We might have to like cut in some springtime for Hitler song right there. I don't know. There's a damn love song about Hitler in this spoof movie by Mel Brooks. I guess I don't even know if it was originally written by Mel Brooks. But it's amazing. Holy shit, it's amazing.
But yeah, no. So
I don't remember who the original crazy person but in the remake, with Matthew Broderick and Nathan Lane, the crazy German guy is played by Will Ferrell,
wow.
and it's like the only thing I've ever liked Will Ferrell in.
sure.
Well, also, the man who sings "Springtime for Hitler"
Oh,
is
it's John Barrowman,
So
who Jessica would definitely
Captain
leave
Jack.
me
Right.
for
On your
if he wasn't gay.
Yeah,
Like, there's that
if he
whole-
wasn't married and gay, and
Yeah,
pretty sure I would not fulfill.
he's not picking up what you're putting down, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh well. We can all have dreams.
We've been married for a long time, if you hadn't
Us
guessed.
too.
Like,
Us too.
Oh, yeah. We're on 12 years.
Coming up on 13.
that's us too, actually. Right? No, it is. 13 is this
Yeah.
year.
Okay.
When you lose
13
count,
is this
problem.
year.
Okay.
12 was last year.
All right. For a split second, I thought you were wrong.
Whatever.
Okay.
So
No.
13 for you?
We've been together for 15.
Yeah.
That's about the same for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got married young.
Yeah.
I was 21 or no, 22 technically.
22.
No, I was 21 still.
Oh,
I
yeah.
turned 22 like days afterwards. We got our birthdays are both in July, so we got married on the Saturday between our
Smart.
birthdays.
Nice.
That we need to.
Yeah, like most of our family would visit at that time anyway. It was just a matter of convenience, and we didn't care when it was per se. Or at least I didn't. You may have. I didn't. I was just going along. I was along for the ride with the checkbook. I mean, a very meager checkbook, but
Yeah.
it was there
It was still nice.
for whatever you needed. That within reason
We
of about $100.
we ended up having to go and drive delivery cars for Pizza Hut for about 9 months to pay off our wedding afterwards.
Oh, we did
Yeah.
most of our wedding.
No, we didn't most of the wedding. Yeah.
But
So,
Yeah. I think most of it, well, we had a lot of donations. Jessica's dad is actually a preacher, so we got the church and the preacher for free. But yeah, like my mother paid
was
for the
the-
reception
it was the-
largely.
It was the perfect storm of knowing all the right people.
Yeah, no, like
at
we
the
had
right
it. We
time.
knew a guy in the church who did all of our flowers for
Sure.
us. All we had to do was purchase them, and we did fake flowers. So half the arrangements we still have floating around the house, in horrible disrepair,
Still.
but we still
Yeah.
have them.
Okay.
Jessica, actually, we did a Renaissance wedding.
Because we're nerds.
Because we're nerds, yeah. Jessica actually made most of our clothes, so that was
No, you always
largely
say that, and I
cheaping.
didn't.
Whatever. It's easier than like a family friend who we no longer talk to made most of the clothes with your assistance. Whatever. You picked them out. You picked the fabric out. You literally did sew things on them.
That is impressive. That is, yeah. No.
You made the clothes.
Okay.
It is a much easier way to say that.
What did we do? I made
So
the
this
invitations.
is unparking again?
Unparking, yes.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
unparking
And
2.0.
I made the table topper things, right? Print it
Oh,
out.
yeah?
What did we do?
No, we
It got weird.
It got weird.
no our gift was,
marriage.
a frame with the picture in, and all of our photos went up on a website.
And people were supposed to be able to download a photo of their choosing from the
'Cause
website
that
we
was
uploaded.
really like hip and cool back then, because pretty techy
Yeah.
for 2004 when we actually got married. So
Yeah.
we got married a week before my wedding, and I was 23.
You got married a week before your wedding.
Week before your wedding, yeah?
Before my birthday.
Tell me, dear. There's nothing you're not telling me.
This sounds strange.
So it's easy for him so he doesn't forget.
She's from Salt Lake. Violence on stream. There's proof. Oh.
You verbally abused her first. That's what we'll say.
Anyhow.
Anyhow.
But yeah, we did our thing. I think we couldn't have spent more than $2,000 on our entire wedding.
It was 4,000 total.
Because you have a book.
Because I have
Did
a
you-
book. Because
Jessica
I'm
has.
OCD.
She's.
This giant,
oh my god. She still has it.
right there.
With
That giant blue notebook above my head.
Oh, holy shit! It's right there. It is right there. It even says wedding book in it. Was that when you were learning calligraphy as well?
It was.
So that's actually your writing and not a printed out bullshit font.
Wow.
Like, the nerd is strong with this.
Yes.
I don't have any of our organizing stuff from our wedding.
No.
Also, Jessica is a hoarder.
Right.
Like in
Yes.
a serious kind of way. Like
Yes.
it's not good.
It is genetic. I spoke with my cousin this week, and Susan saved all the canceled checks too.
All the canceled
so
checks?
it's just a Sherwood gene thing from my mother's side.
Check.
So after we helped to move her parents, we found artwork. Like, no, I'm not like talking like school. Like she had a really good A+ piece of artwork kind of. We're talking like when she was 2 and scribbling on, and she made her first circle. Like we found that kind of crap.
I guarantee it was not even my first circle. It
Whatever.
was my 250th
Anyway, yeah. Like
circle.
we found all this crap, and I emphasize crap. Like so much crap. We found so much crap.
My favorite story. My dad was opening up a drawer looking for something, and there was this innocent looking Altoids tin. And he's like, "What is in this?" And he opened it up. And in my head, I imagine he screamed like a little girl. He won't confess to it, but in my head, because it was full of my baby teeth. So he opened the box, and it's full of human teeth. So in my head, he screamed like a girl. I don't know if it's true or not, but in my
That's
head,
actually
he
almost
screamed like a
better.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's definitely
Disturbing.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Art.
art. So the art, that's pretty cool.
Good art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the art.
So one of the things that Jessica's dad did to her as a child, and I look forward to doing to my own children, he apparently at some point took a blue highlighter and colored her blue, like in one of her baby pictures. And then one day showed it to her and told her that she was an alien and that they had adopted her and they just painted her every night or something so that she looked like everyone else.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. And so like I'm like waiting for that right time, and I'm feeling like I'm getting close with the girl. Like I'm getting real close with her. She's going to believe me, I think. Like and she knows what an alien is because, we watch Star Wars like a lot.
See, she's gonna be excited and think she has force powers.
That's
though.
I'll say
probably
don't
true.
don't make her think that aliens have the ability to like jump off tall buildings. That's
No, well, she'll go like this to us and be like, "You will give me candy."
I still do that.
She has done that at dinner. I don't have to eat my
Yeah.
broccoli.
Yeah,
It's like, child, stop it.
gotta learn from somewhere. That's not a bad thing.
Well, no, yeah, I explicitly taught her to do that,
Yeah.
but like, I didn't expect it to come back on me in quite that way.
Nice.
Um,
By the way, you might have noticed I changed my tagline at the bottom of our screen to our website.
I see. Yeah, I'm gonna go through and like I'm gonna collect all of the links for your Facebook page, for the hashtag Dominic
The
Strong,
easiest-
and your blog, because I know I can hit it.
The easiest thing, honestly, is to go to that
I don't
website right there on screen, and I've got tabs there for Extra Life. I've got tabs there for Dominic Strong and the Facebook group. It's
Awesome.
all there. That is the best landing point to go to for any of the things to find us or
Okay,
see
cool,
what we're
cool,
up to
cool.
or all that
Okay,
stuff.
we'll definitely post that. You have like a link to your YouTube page and all that
It's all
stuff
there.
too?
It's all there.
Awesome.
The miracle story that was
Perfect.
played at Extra Life is on the Extra Life tab on that website, so you can watch it right there with the box.
Well, that will be in this video. In fact, I will probably put it right at the beginning of this
okay.
video.
Oh, man, that's going to be a change in tone because we've been pretty happy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think it ends on a relatively uplifting
Yeah,
note, right? Like, if I remember correctly, I can't watch it again.
After you make it through the ugly cry.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
when we say ugly cry, it's more like because your makeup is now running down your
Yeah.
face and has made you so ugly because of the
Yeah.
sobbing. But then your heart is warmed.
Yeah.
But they're still they're crying that you guys are happy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the
It's
video.
like, it's like sad into happiness
The
crying.
video ends with me saying that he inspires people. That's sort of the last words in the
And
video.
that's unequivocally true.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest. Like after hanging out with you guys so much, I was very strongly considering changing my hospital for like just
Don't do that. I mean,
They got like 40 plus.
Yeah, they got like
I
they
think
got
they
more-
got-
they got
I think
way more-
they got in.
You guys raised almost as much money as our whole damn city raised for the freaking hospital here, like straight up. Like I think we only got to 56, 53, 56
That's
this
so
year.
amazing. Though. That's
And so yeah.
and then that doesn't even account for the difference in currency, right? So the Canadian
Yeah.
dollar's been so bad. Like our hospital had raised through Extra Life US $146,000 this past year. But when
Wow.
you turn that into Canadian dollars,
actually about 200.
it was more than $200,000.
Yeah. It's basically like a 30% increase in Canadian
Yeah.
dollars from US.
Really, really
Approximately.
hurts when we go on holidays to the States.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is a
Yeah.
big reason why you didn't have more Canadians down there this year because
Yeah, for
the
the
exchange
extra
rate was like
Yeah.
Canadian dollar was at 70 cents to the US dollar just weeks
Yeah.
before Extra Life United.
It's a little painful.
Yeah.
It's a little painful.
But I mean, we didn't even think about that while we were down there. We just did stuff, but it's a once in a lifetime type thing for us. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're continuing to do. Actually, I wanted to mention. Actually, we just had a meeting last night, so we'll give you guys an idea of some of the stuff we've got actually planned for this year. We had a meeting with our Dominic Strong group. I can announce
We had
right now.
minutes, so it was a pretty exciting meeting.
Yeah, I wrote down minutes.
Announcements.
Exclusive announcement.
special
I'm going to read you my minutes. How exciting could it be? No. To summarize, the most exciting thing for viewers of your podcast might be interested in is the fact that we are going to do a whole other batch of Dominic Strong shirts.
Awesome.
The shirts are going to be that nice dry fit material.
So it's like the stuff the Extra Life shirts were.
Yeah, it'll be the same,
Yeah,
same kind of
okay.
stuff as that. They'll be just the same as you see here with this on the front. And
You're in a chair. There you go.
you see that?
And a chair on the back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And so we're going to be selling those for $30 Canadian, not US, $30 Canadian. So that will be cheaper for you.
So
$10.
that's like 20-ish,
Yeah.
22-ish.
Of course, being in the US, you're going to have to pay more shipping. So that'll all be figured out. But basically, if anybody's interested in ordering any of these shirts, I'm going to be making a post in the next couple days here announcing this.
It's important to note, though, that the money raised from the shirts that we're selling is not going to Extra Life.
Yes.
It is going to another charity that we support in Calgary that is called Helping Families Handle Cancer. And they're a foundation that basically helps families with kids with cancer pay their bills. They help them pay their mortgage. They help them pay their utilities. They give them gas cards, parking for the hospital, cards, all the stuff that when you lose an income, because a family has to stay, like someone has to stay with the kid in the hospital. You lose that income, so they try to help supplement it and help you pay your bills. So you don't have to worry about going in debt when you're in hospital.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
That is amazing. We actually acutely are aware of cost of cancer. I guess it was 5 years ago, 6
years.
now. 6 years ago, Jessica's mom actually passed from cancer,
and
I think her dad is literally still paying off some of the stuff. Still.
Well, the one good thing being in Canada,
like some of the big ones are done, but
socialists,
all
of our healthcare costs are covered. Right.
I know.
Oh,
you're not paying for medical things, but you're paying for your mortgage and you're paying for your gas to drive.
If you can't work.
Yeah, but I mean that's another thing though. They effectively had 2 funerals for Jessica's mom because of just where they lived. They had a funeral locally, and then they had another one back where she was from. So that was extra cost on top of she was a lost income. She she was working up until literally the day. I think she worked the day she got diagnosed. I'm pretty sure
it was a weekend. So
it was maybe not, but she was an income. And I'm I don't.
You stretch yourself.
When you're and I'm sorry, when you're a preacher, you don't make any money basically.
But that's an awesome charity because
that is amazing.
People don't think about things like how much the parking costs if you're there every day.
I think it was $75 a month for 1 car.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were there for 2 years straight, so $75 a month for 24 months.
Yeah, it's a ton.
Dude, it adds up. And like I said, we completely lost my income because I was supposed to be going right back to work.
That's amazing, though. That's an amazing charity.
So our
I find myself wondering if there's an American
version of it,
counterpart
there should
to
be.
that.
And the girl that runs it here is just she's a sweetheart. We love her. Yeah. So our t-shirt sales go to them.
Yeah.
And then everything else we're doing is going to be for Extra Life. So
yeah, that's the other thing. Okay, so that's one thing. So watch for that on the Dominic Strong Facebook group soon. Other things that we're doing, this is just something we're looking into, so I'm not really going to announce much about this, but they've got it's called Park After Dark, and they have, it's something we're going to look into. We're not necessarily going to do it, but they have movie nights in the park, and they have a big screen thing.
We're hoping to have a table set up and collect donations at one.
And maybe
we have similar things here in San Antonio.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah. We're going to do the mini golf fundraiser again this coming year.
Yeah.
That'll be Sunday, September 11th.
Yeah, so one of my amazing friends here owns a mini golf
place.
That's
awesome.
So anyhow, this will be the 2nd annual Dominic Strong mini golf tournament, and we'll have mini golf there, and there'll be the bouncy castles, and they're gonna have the food trucks and face painters and all that kind of stuff, and it'll sort of be like a.
We're going to do some little video game stuff inside, and maybe hopefully have some board games set up outside as well on picnic tables. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be fantastic. We're committed again to the online auction that we did last year. The online auction through the Dominic Strong Facebook, it all runs through the Facebook page, and it raised about $9,000 Canadian last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the heck did you guys auction off?
Everything.
A lot. I think we did 110 different items. And they ranged from Flames tickets
NHL.
to NHL Flames ticket games.
Yeah.
All the way to
little crocheted
mittens.
Yeah.
And bonnets and hats and toques, and we had a couple mugs that someone did for us that we auctioned off, and they went for $6.
Do you have a group?
Yeah.
You could send them to auction.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That would be amazing.
We can be in touch, and we can do.
So
do you have one to show them? Made?
In the other room.
Hang on, I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
So I'll keep it up.
Is it in the bin?
And one exciting thing about our auction this year is that we actually sent a shirt to Paul Brandt,
who's a country
singer.
artist.
Yeah.
We got a picture of him wearing a Dom Strong shirt, and he also signed one and sent it back to us.
Oh, that's
This year,
awesome.
so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Because he does a lot at the
That
Children's Hospital in
is.
Calgary. He's really big. He used to be a nurse there before he hit it as a country singer.
That is
Yeah,
really
so
awesome.
he goes back there at least a couple times a year and does concerts for the families and kids there and stuff. So
Yeah, we're really lucky to have the relationship that we with
Hold on.
the staff there at the Alberta Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
Dom was actually the poster boy for their radiothon one year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, yeah, we've kept in very close touch with them, and it was Megan was one of the ones, the representative from the hospital who came out to Extra Life United this year.
Yeah.
And, it's really good. So the online auction is going to be.
I saw that. That's so cute.
What am I looking
Here,
at?
I'm gonna give you a better
Okay.
view.
Oh, it's a bit.
So we're gonna send this up to you guys to auction off.
That is awesome.
Maybe a couple of other things that
Yeah.
that Jessica makes
No,
from her.
that
She
would be
has
great.
runs an Etsy shop too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll send you guys this and a couple other things maybe.
Yeah.
Some like
Guys.
Leia buns
Awesome.
she
Thank you.
makes and
That's beautiful. So the online auction.
else?
I'm gonna get through this. The
Go.
online
Auction. We got
is
it.
going to be-
We're still stuck on
is
the
going
auction.
to
It
be
literally took me 5
It's going
minutes
to
to
run
get that thing.
September 29th to October 2nd. So it's going to start on the Thursday night, and you can bid on things up until the Sunday, October 2nd, around noon.
There's a little bit of time later. You can't have it all.
Well, no, but this is exciting because we just got this all figured out like yesterday. I'm very excited to announce it to people. But you have to be on the Facebook. You have to be on the Facebook site to bid on anything, and of course, yeah. If anybody's interested in donating anything, definitely just get in touch. Through the website and let us know. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's our advertisement for today.
that's our advertising. Yeah, and then of course,
Advertising.
we've got our game day again, November 5th and 6th, which I think everybody will be. Most people, not everybody has to. That's an
thought it
important
was-
point.
I thought it was the 7th. Is it
No,
not the 7th?
it's November 5th and 6th from 8 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, Saturday,
I don't
Sunday,
know why I thought the
25 hours again this year because of the time change. Yeah. I'm looking forward to
7th.
it.
I'm trying not to think about it.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
It is going to be fun. I mean, it's one of those things, though. At 2 o'clock, it's going to be way less fun.
Just that 1 hour is really gonna suck.
I don't know. I think I might have to do something special during that hour. It'll be the lost hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be, well, maybe I'll just repeat. I'll
Dance Dance Revolution.
Or no.
Yeah.
I'll just unsave my game for that hour and fucking repeat.
Same game again.
Yeah.
I'll just roll it. I'll save it at 2 a.m. And then when 2 a.m.
Groundhog
happens
hour.
again,
Yeah.
I'll just revert back.
Be like Groundhog Hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Well, it's 2 o'clock, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna do most of the same stuff as we did last year, and I'm really excited. We got pushed into a downstairs area this year, which kind of sucks, but the plus of
Yeah.
it is the reason is that there's a gigantic wedding apparently going on in all 4 of the ballrooms upstairs at the hotel that
wow.
time. So we will probably get some spillover,
Well, we've been told we're allowed to set up a table in the lobby, right outside
like
of the
in the
wedding. pretty
main
much.
part of the hotel.
So although we have to be downstairs
Nice,
for
that'll be
game day,
very
we can have a
cool.
table set up for donations. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of drunk wedding people with money in their pockets. So
Maybe.
Who
hopefully,
knows?
Taking advantage of drunk people. What the hell else is charity
Did I mention?
for?
Did I mention there's also a casino in this hotel? Yeah.
Nice! Oh, it's like perfect. Plus, that totally counts as gaming.
well, we actually had some people last year that went to the casino for a while to game. Like, okay, sure,
Yeah,
that's fair.
You're still playing. Absolutely.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're playing a
Yeah.
game. That's what
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We've been actually going for like a little over an hour
It's amazing
now.
how time flies when you're having fun, right?
It really does. So again, thank you guys, Trish and Sean, for coming on the podcast. You guys are amazing people. Absolutely, we'll keep you guys keep everybody updated with all the links and stuff you can find, and we'll throw it down in the description so that it's easy to find and click on for anybody who isn't from Extra Life United and didn't already meet you, or somehow managed to not find out about your blog or anything like that while they were there. But yeah, we'll have this posted up real soon, and I again, I really appreciate
Well,
you guys.
awesome.
Thanks for having us on. It's
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's nice
It's
to
her
connect with
first
people.
podcast.
It is her first podcast.
Oh,
Podcast Cherry, hooray.
Catch Cherry.
We did. It was so nice to do with such nice people.
Yeah.